Hi, everybody.
Hey everybody, welcome to TFT, Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with
Mr. O.
and me, Banshee. And no Sunny today. Sorry for all the Sunny fans out there. We're doing it upstairs again, so there's just no room for Sunny. Anyway, here we are.
Hi.
But who are the stars of these shows anyway? Sunny. Okay.
Well, the star can always take the day off if he wants.
That's true. He deserves a rest. I don't think he was feeling very well today. Did he ever come down for the treats? Did he ever make it?
Yeah, he did.
Okay. He seemed pretty listless upstairs with me.
So what are you doing?
I'm going to show the oracle for the collective.
Thanks for the indication.
It is the Seasons of the Witch, Mabon Oracle. Mabon, fall equinox is just around the corner now.
Hi, Kara.
Hey, Kara, you made it. Boy, I'm telling you, big list today.
Hi, Mandy. Sure you can.
Hi, Melinda, you just made it.
You just made it.
I think there's just another 1 or 2 slots left.
We're almost closing the list.
Yeah, we got busy today. So I hope you can hang with us. If not, you can leave your question with Violet. Just type it in the chat and we'll do the reading anyway. So in the order. That's what we try to do.
Thank you, Mr. Maurice. I didn't see it on screen, but I'll check for that.
Oh, Sunny's here. Sadly. I'm sorry, Sunny. No room today. No room.
Jump on that other table.
With the microphone and stuff?
He can't hurt it.
Okay. You could knock cameras over.
And Mr. Maurice wants a general reading, and thank you for your donation.
Thank you, Mr. M. Much appreciated. All right. So let's get the Season of the Witch Mabon Oracle underway. I'm going to have Mr. O pick a card. We're at 18. Only 2 left. Gosh. Here you go, Mr. O. Here you go, Mr. O. Ooh. One of my favorite kind of trees. I love the leaves. It's a maple tree. And the maple tree says, there is a change coming that is so big, it will shift all that exists. Wow. And we had the Wheel of Fortune today, too, which is kind of an interesting for our card of the day for the collective.
Well, that's sweet.
And fall equinox is coming. That is a shift.
Hi, Kimberly.
Hi, Kimberly. You're the next to the last one we can add. And like I said to everybody, please, if you can't wait for your turn, leave your question with Violet. You can always wind back and look at your reading later.
But if you don't leave the question and you're not here when we call for you, there is no guarantee we can add you to the back of the list.
All right. Number 24, the maple tree. All right, this card was chosen because it is a glorious, happy one that brings with it much improved circumstances and bliss. When you receive maple tree, you can expect dramatic change, good fortune, and a positive resolution to your situation. It really kind of does sound like the Wheel of Fortune. It may feel like the universe is shining down on you and offering an unusual amount of good luck and well wishes.
Awesome.
Take advantage of this happy energy while you can. Now is a good time to focus on taking action and manifesting dreams. If you have felt stagnant, receiving this card is a sign that your situation will begin to move forward and will resolve in your favor. Be on the lookout for differences or increased opportunities, a financial windfall, meeting someone new who has great potential to be more, a sudden revival of a relationship or career, or greater sense of confidence, strength, and creative expression. This card also serves as a yes, and is your confirmation that the path you have inquired about is the right one to take. Be sure to be generous with what you have. There's no need to give away your life savings or renounce material possessions in the pursuit of charity unless that is what you feel called to do. But sharing your good favor helps to extend the happy period. The more light you send into the world, the more you can expect in return. Well, Mr. O, I think we can just close the show on this and
You're all going to have a good fortune.
leave everybody with a happy
Thanks for
message. That's awesome, and it is very much like the Wheel of Fortune, It's like I said, take advantage of the good energy and the good times when it's there. The wheel always turns, things will shift, and, the more you make use and you value the positive in your life, the more you'll be able to weather things when the wheel turns south once more and things go amok. So, take advantage, make the most of good energy when it is available to you. Is there anything you want to add to that?
No, I think you covered that pretty well.
All right. What do we have for the collective
Thank
today?
you for that collective thought.
It was a good one.
Indeed.
I hope our cards can match that today, but hey, no guarantees unless it's happy hour. We call them like we see them here. All right, because we're upstairs, I only brought 2 decks with me today. I'll be using the Golden Girls Tarot and the Jack-o'-lantern Tarot for fall. And we have, I'm sorry.
Being upstairs did not stop me from having a bunch of decks here.
He's got more room than me. Yep.
That's how you look at it.
Yep. So, also we have the Shadowlands Lenormand.
Looks like you're the last person, Fire Spawn.
Fire Spawn, you made it. We're going to have to say no to everybody else.
The list will now be closed.
Yeah, we filled up
Hope
like
everybody
super
can hang out.
fast.
Yeah, that's a new record. It's not even 10 after.
So that's why we say come early on a Sunday. All right. Let's get going. So who's first? First is, I believe, Kritika. Am I right about that? It is Kritika. Hi, Kritika.
And a couple other people who possibly did not make
Hi,
it.
Madia. Hi, Flower Beauty. We filled up the list super fast.
We're
I'm afraid
sorry.
we can't take you today. We're very sorry.
Sorry.
Everybody was here like at the start of the show.
All right. So Kritika did ask a question, and there it is. Is Rahu sent by universe in my life, and what is the future of this connection?
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to use my
Let
Dame
me have
Fortune's
these
Wheel
then, why don't I?
tarot.
Right.
Well, I thought those were for me.
No, we only have 1 deck today
Oh.
because of space.
Well, when you said I had to keep them over there, I figured that was
Oh,
that.
because you have more space than me.
Well, I'm sorry about that. We did go online at 1:45, so you might have to check your notifications. Most people seem to be notified. All right, so here are our 3 cards. It's Judgment reversed. It's the Queen of Cups upright. And it's the 4 of Cups reversed.
Oh,
Is Rahul sent by the universe into my life? What is the future of this connection?
well, I will. Well, let's see what I've got here before I go on. We do have the moon in the Lenormand. And oh, we have the garden. Okay.
It's hard to say, maybe, when the Judgment card shows up,
Go. I think I want to hear it.
it's a past life thing.
Well, when it shows up reversed, though, I'm wondering. I'm beginning to wonder if there really is a karmic connection or not. But I want to hear
or maybe
your
it's
thought.
it's karma, but not the way you want to see it.
Oh, okay. Okay. Go
Well,
proceed.
just wondering if there is some sort of connection there. The Judgment reverse card in context to the question makes me wonder if maybe there is unfinished business between you guys, even if it isn't necessarily a past life connection, but there's some sort of karma there, I think. I'll let you go in with your thoughts now.
Well, maybe he's right. At first, yes, judgment is very much a card of karma. There's a couple of cards I look at that way. Even the Wheel of Fortune, to a certain extent, can speak on karma. And I can't help but wonder here. I like what he said about unfinished business now that he's explained where, that's coming from. I was thinking that maybe this is not a karmic experience with it being reversed. However, this relationship could possibly be, or this connection, let's put it that way, could possibly be a good opportunity for you that you may not want to pass up. I'm looking at the Queen of Cups here, and I'm looking at the Four of Cups here, and I'm thinking that Queen of Cups might exemplify you, in saying that this just makes you feel, this connection maybe makes you feel really pretty good, and that this could be a positive opportunity for you.
You went all the way to the end?
I did. Well, because I sort of explained that, my take on that pretty quickly.
Well, considering the question, the Queen of Cups, right?
Yeah.
Makes it seem like there is, something happening there. Maybe that satisfies the quotient. By the way, hi, Angel, and sorry, Angel.
Believe it or not, Angel. Wow, we filled up fast.
Yeah, before 10 after. So I'm wondering if there's a sense here that maybe there is a quality about being together, that there's something gentle and loving here. And then when I look at the Four of Cups reversed, it's the feeling that maybe, there is a choice. There's a conscious choice going on here, whether it means it's from the universe or it's just some sort of kind of coincidence.
It is some kind of opportunity. It's interesting to see the moon in the garden here, I think here that something could maybe develop with this. You're asking about the future of this connection. And I almost feel as though this might be speaking on that a little bit here in saying, let things develop, like your garden grows, right? In time. So in other words, be social, be friendly, keep the connection alive and growing, and it could lead to something deeper if you are looking for that. For romance here, it could lead to something deeper.
I get you met him unexpectedly, and of course that kind of does sort of seem like there was a reason for that in a way. Now with the Lenormand there, the moon in the garden and the moon, I feel that there is something that will bring you more together, something that has a growthful quality, something that has a quality of success or even actual romance of some sort, or a strong connection there coming. So I sort of feel that's more where it's going. The tarot cards may talk about this background here, and I get the feeling like maybe you are meant to choose him to get to be more closer with, because that's the Four of Cups there.
I know I said that I didn't see the karmic connection. I'm not going to rule that out. I do feel that, that's possible. But to me, also this is just saying that karma may or may not have had a role. I'm just going to kind of be wishy-washy about that. I do feel, though, that, so long as you guys can be very, just see where this will take you, be very relaxed, with things, just enjoy each other's company, no criticisms, no looking at, faults, just accepting people for who they are, then I feel maybe, because that's some of the message of the Judgment card there, that things could go rather well.
Well, I do agree. I think things are going to go well. I guess the Judgment reverse card is kind of a stickler for me, because I don't know that it means there was a karmic or reincarnated past lives reason, but I do think there was something that says there was a meaning for it to happen, that there is a circumstance. It's maybe a coincidence, but maybe it's a coincidence that's tied vaguely into the idea of things showing up for a reason.
Well, it's like our Wheel of Fortune and the maple tree that came up today. Unexpected good luck, unexpected meetings with people. I hope some of that resonated with you if you heard that.
Synchronicity.
Go back and listen to that card because it may also play into what you're going through right now.
All right.
Sorry, synchronicity, yes. Good luck with that. All right. We are on Lena. Hi, Lena. Glad you made it in. And sorry for everybody we are saying no to. It just filled up incredibly fast today. I want to thank everybody for coming and everybody for their interest. If this continues, we may have to find a way to shorten our readings. Try to give you still a decent reading, but we may have to shorten it so that we can, fit more people in. All right. Without having to do an extra hour because I don't think we could do it. Sometimes after these shows, I get really drained, and I know Mr. O does too, These readings sometimes can take a lot out of a person, I will say.
But we appreciate when you appreciate our readings.
Yes.
Thank you. And yes, for those who missed getting in on the list, try to come earlier. But also, we will be back on Thursday, 7 p.m.
Spirit reading on finances for the next 7 months. I'm almost tempted to try my reading on it. Almost. Do you want to?
Sure.
Let's see what we get. Just have to kind of try to tie it into finance, that's all. All right. This will give you like a major theme for your finances for the next 7 months from Spirit. Let's see. This is the Ace of Wands. Wow, nice start, Lena.
Nice.
So, what is the message for Spirit about your finances? Woo! This next 7 months, there could be a new beginning for you. Something growthful could happen, whether you're changing careers or jobs, or whether you're starting up your own business venture. This could pay off. It's a very positive new beginning, but as I always say with all the aces, it's a good start. It's positive energy, but what you do with that energy is going to be what really makes or breaks the situation.
Well, what comes along with this also is the idea that this obviously means work needs to be put into this project. So you need to focus and figure out where you need to put your energies, use your skills to further enhance or complete what this beginning is about. So it could just be as much as just really boning up, educating yourself on the topic of where you're hoping to expand in business. But it could also mean actual physical labor, getting a physical site prepared or getting physical things about the business in the queue.
So why is this important? Wow, it's Wands again. It's the Knight of Wands upright, and it's upright too.
Yeah, more Wands.
Holy moly. Why is it important for you to know this? It just means you really need to move on this. You really need to act on opportunities that present themselves for growth, for advancement, career-wise or business-wise. It will pay off for you. I think, this is really positive energy here.
I feel I must have felt that with the first card because I think this is saying what I said, that you need to be direct and dedicated or aligned to what your principles are. That there may be physical things you will have to do and you'll have to really pour yourself into them, not speedily because you don't want to make mistakes. You're best served by really having a good hands-on approach that is also informed by the knowledge you have. So I think it's important that you understand all of that going into this business because it's really going to be a certain level of dedication as well as work that maybe transpires on a number of levels.
You asked about finances, and business and finance are obviously intricately tied together, and it really is focusing on some type of business venture or your career, your future job. Like I said, something new opening up, or you making a move to something that will bring you more income, more success. It's very positive so far, but let's see where things are heading. And of course, it's our first reversed card. But I can't say it's a real bad one. It's the Four of Pentacles reversed. So what does this mean? It could mean a couple of... Well, do you want to go ahead? I'll let you go.
Well, this could be saying that, there will be a certain level of return that may come easily in the project. But I think we're going to look at both sides of that and say that any new business stuff really does take a while to really get into the clear, maybe even 2 to 3 years. So it's going to say that there will be some rewards, but there will also be an ongoing process, I think, of really having to invest into this to keep it going.
Yes, that's exactly it. You may have to well, there's a couple things, Lena. You may have to let go of something in order to achieve this, whether it is a financial output, as could be suggested, or whether it is letting go of some other maybe job that you're at now, or something that you are doing now. Moving into something new means that maybe you have to let something go. So it might be saying goodbye to a certain way you've done things before so that you can have more success going forward. So it is a positive, definitely a positive.
So in the Lenormand, what we got
what
was the fish and the tower. And I'm going to say right away that I think this is a good sign for the business itself, for success. But I think that this maybe indicates that this business sort of happens either as something you can do totally on your own, or in a sort of solitary kind of space, or that it may be that you will actually be aligning with some other actual business, some institution, and that's how this all enacts, is because of your placement in some sort of organization or business that gives you these opportunities to move towards success.
You could be working in business, financial, or legal industries. You could be working, as Mr. O said, on your own, maybe as an independent contractor even. Whatever it is, to me, this is showing that what you are putting in place has the potential to bring in some very good money. Now, there's where the finances come in, right there with the fish. So there's abundance, there's growth here. This is about the most positive financial reading I think we've had for you, Lena. So Spirit is saying something that you can initiate, something new. I mean, I'm not going to rule out that it could be something you restart that you've done in the past, but I get the feeling it is not something you are doing now.
I agree.
And you're moving it forward. You're going to have to let something go in order to do that. And this has the potential to build up some real good financial resources for you. Good luck with that.
And I want to address Flower Beauty and anyone else's questions. It's very hard for us to predict if there is any room just because we had to cross somebody off of the list. We won't really know until we're at that point in time, because really the closer we are to the end of the list and somebody not showing up, it's just likely to be that we're just going to finish without them.
Because we're not going to go into much overtime.
We really are trying to avoid the overtime. We have gone into overtime as much as 45 minutes, but certainly regularly 20 to 30 minutes, maybe a little over a half an hour.
All right.
So Mr. Maurice wanted a general reading.
Mr. M, okay. I got this.
And I'm going to use my Ancestral Path Tarot for that.
Okay.
There you are. Thank you again for your donation. Appreciate that very much.
I'm sorry, what's the question again?
It's a general reading.
General reading, gotcha. All right.
coming up first is the Three of Cups. That is followed by the reversed Eight of Swords. And then finally, the Ten of Cups. And, I know we had a reading for you the other day, and it was, okay, but this one is better in a way. The Three of Cups, maybe general reading. You may be invited to a celebration, or maybe somebody you know is getting married or is announcing their engagement. So there's some sort of sense of good times in store. This may also prove, or related events prove to be an opportunity to maybe free yourself from any perceptions you've had about your abilities to move, to do things, that if you've been feeling kind of like you're on a tight leash and you're contained, things are happening to you that maybe will show you have more freedoms, more ability to do that. And of course, I'm thinking about your move to another location that you had worked at before, transferring there, and I'm thinking, well, maybe they'll have a celebration for you to celebrate your return if they like you enough, I suppose. But also, you're just going to really feel like you have more freedom there, or you're away from, some of the conditions you felt were really, that would be nice, wouldn't it? But maybe, it frees you up to get away from people who you feel, have oppressive ideas towards you. And the Ten of Cups finally does sort of take that all the way through, the idea of really feeling like there's a quotient of overall happiness in your life.
Well, Mr. M, I almost feel that, the last reading we did for you was pretty good. If I recall right, it was speaking about to me, it really spoke about the transition that you're making from something that may cause you some difficulties to something better. And, this kind of magnifies that, but I want to go beyond that situation a little bit here. Although I do see what Mr. O said, there could be a celebration at either workplace. You're leaving one place, going to another. But I feel here, there's a sense now of more happiness and pleasure in your life. Now you might be spending more time with family, with friends, celebrating, enjoying life more, and there's a sense of being being freed from either some obligations or, it could be financial, right? I know we talked about,
trying to work on.
Maybe even more than the job, it's that debt. You're going to be feeling a little bit more free and looser now to be able to, feel more independent and not trapped by circumstances you felt were holding you back. And there's great joy. There's great joy and happiness. This is very, very emotional, I think, overall, because even with the Eight of Swords here, a lot of that stuff of feeling trapped and confined is all up here. A
lot of times.
Yeah. And so I feel here that there is just such a release going on and a sense of joy associated with that I have to wonder what this is about here. We've got the Woman card.
Maybe that's the niece. I don't know.
Well, just a minute.
Oh.
And the Scythe. So, this doesn't always have to indicate the, gender. As a matter of fact, I've been playing around with trying to create my own Lenormand, and I've been trying to figure a way to do it in more gender neutral. But the thing is that whoever this is, it seems as though you might be parting ways with someone or something. It could be an individual or people, that you feel, you're glad to get away from, you're glad to cut these ties from.
The current job even, so just wondering like if anybody that is representative of a particular problem person for you in that job you're moving from might have been female, but maybe this is just indicating that you're kind of removing them and their influence from your life.
Right. So I almost think it's like, since this is a general reading, this could be talking about a couple of different things. If you're doing things with family and friends, like you just mentioned with your niece there as a possibility, you should really enjoy yourself. There's a lot of joy in harmonizing, in your interpersonal life right now. But also, there may be a cutting ties with someone who has not, or some people who have not been necessarily beneficial. This is a time to be with your tribe, the people that you really get along with and you enjoy their company.
Right, and Mr. Maurice thinks it could these cards could relate to the current job, which I think that's
Yeah,
probably a good call.
it could very well be. Yeah.
All
So
right.
wish you luck with that. Your cards are really doing a turnaround here too. Boy, good luck with that. Lately.
All right.
Okay.
And
I
it's
think we're on
Shirley.
Shirley. Hi, Shirley.
Okay, please ask, what are TW's current feelings, and who will he be taking actions? Will he be taking actions towards me this week? All right. So I get the Lenormand back, right?
Oh, yes, you do. And I'll grab my Halloween deck.
You're welcome, Mr. Maurice, and thank you too.
All right. My jack-o'-lantern deck, I should say. All right.
You're welcome, of course.
All right, Violet.
Oh, right. You're going to stick it out the window for about 1 minute, and it'll be heated up out there.
It's not that hot, is it?
It's almost always that hot whenever
Well,
they talk to us about that area.
it's true. I've been hearing some stuff about Arizona's heat wave.
Who needs a microwave if you live down there?
Okay. I'm glad you're getting a break.
Good, good, yeah. It must be crazy to have to go through. Oh, that's a blessing.
Well, you've got the King of Swords here reversed. You have the Eight of Wands, so upright, so that could speak of communication or some action. But then there's that Judgment card. I've pulled it this time, and my Judgment is also reversed. Oh, boy. Yeah, and what do you have? Okay, the Woman and the Fish.
The Woman and the Fish. All right.
Wow. Well, the King of Swords here kind of indicates to me that TW may be feeling confused. You know, the King of Swords is not thinking very clearly. Maybe has a lot of is very indecisive, unable to decide what they want to do. You know, I'll let you take that card too before I move on.
I get the sense of that there is some indecision here. Or there's a feeling that maybe they are concerned that they could be making a decision that they will regret. And I think it just sort of naturally leads into that Eight of Swords.
No, that's Eight of Wands.
Eight of Wands.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so that alters that a little bit.
Yeah, it
there.
does. Can I finish something with this
Go
now
ahead.
that you said that? You know, I was thinking here too that Shirley, that you know, TW may come off as being, so I don't know if this means he will not contact you. I think I'm a little iffy on that, but I feel here that he may come off a little cold, you know, because maybe he's holding back right now because he's very indecisive on what he wants to do.
Okay, that's interesting. So then, leading from that towards
I know.
the Eight of Wands, this looks like maybe at least in their mind they do feel that they are moving towards some point, or that they're trying to gain momentum to move towards some point here. It could just be that, you know, the tempering of the King of Swords says they are not exactly 99% going towards that mark. There may be some discretion to maybe flop some other direction. I don't know.
Well, it's kind of interesting here because I almost want to combine the King of Swords with this Judgment card. Because I almost feel like they're being a little bit hypercritical right now, possibly, of you or the situation, Shirley. And so they're not ready to make a decision yet, or they're confused as to where they want to put this energy, you know, and whether they do want to communicate. I feel like this energy is there, though. And, you know, I almost sense there's this desire to communicate something, but something's holding them back. They may feel a lot of resentment or feeling hypercritical of something right now, and they're confused.
I like the way you've combined those, because I feel like normally standing on its own, the Eight of Wands would have a different meaning without those twin cards there.
Exactly.
And literally, they have aspects of each other, especially, Judgment towards the King of Swords, the idea that decisions could be faulty, or decisions could be troubling to make or unsure of. So it sort of feels like they have this energy to want to do this, but there are some things that are tempering how they look at the overall situation. Maybe there's an uncertainty there, that they're just not sure that they know their own mind, but they know that they want to do something.
And honestly, maybe they're wondering, I'm assuming this is, about the person you've been asking about lately, and beginning to wonder if they feel that they feel a bit overwhelmed right now, like they might be swimming in circles. The fish is usually a positive card, but I'm trying to look at all of this in context of the reading, Sometimes I feel the Lenormand stands alone, and sometimes I feel it fits in with the cards in the reading. I also can't help but wonder here, Shirley, if they're wondering here, if you are the one for them, or if they should be looking, if they should be experimenting and exploring other options, because the fish can be about that in a way.
Before you started to say that,
Yeah.
I started to sense that maybe that's part of what that indecisiveness is
Okay.
because maybe they have also realized that there are some other elements around them, and it may not necessarily be relationships or how they look at them, but they may be other focuses where they may feel that's where they need to put their energy and mark for. So it may not be competition for you, or the sense of the idea that they would be choosing you. It could be something else, someone else, but they're not sure is what it looks like. They're not confident of making this decision. So based on that, I almost get the feeling like this would be
Oh, I thought of something
a
else.
point of reaching out.
I thought, Mercury's direct now, Shirley.
Yeah.
So, I know it's still waffling because it's in shadow, but, now is the time maybe you should start considering opening the lines of communication yourself here and trying to get to the bottom of things. Because I wonder here if this also means, could it be possible that TW is thinking that you are the one who might be looking at other options now? And maybe that's why they're hesitant to, to go back.
Well, right. It's not exactly clear that it's another person. It could be something else, that they need to kind of target there. Don't admonish yourself too much for
Yeah.
that. Part of the trick is sometimes, and this is in most relationships, especially when they're starting or when they have some uncertain times, is sometimes somebody has to commit to making themselves feel like they're more vulnerable and therefore easier to approach from that other person. This may or may not be a winning strategy on either of your parts,
Yeah.
trying to appear vulnerable, but it's something to take in, maybe to consider that the other person is trying to figure out if they can model that.
I don't know if this disagreement or thing, that you guys went through together has just been a bridge too far and they're still holding some resentment here. Now, communication can sometimes clear that up, but, it's up to you, really. Only contact them when you're confident, that it is the right time to do so. And if this is really important enough to you, because, as time goes on, the threads that bound you together at all are going to loosen even more. So you have to decide and determine at some point if this is worth pursuing further, or if he is flippant, as you say, if this is just maybe time to say, well, if he's not willing to have come back by now, maybe it's not worth my effort. So think about it. And that's what we have for you.
All
Good
right.
luck with that. Did
Good
you have
luck.
anything to add, or was that it?
No, I think it's pretty much that there's the idea that, you have to come to terms either with their nature or him with your nature, and that it's not going to be easy to do that. You might have to, consider spending more thought on that.
Yep. Good luck with that, Shirley.
So Siama is up, and I think Siama asks, what is coming towards them?
Hey, Estelle, we're sorry we filled up too
late.
fast today. We apologize, but we really filled up fast.
Yeah, there's no way we can take you. We're sorry.
We've said no to, I think, maybe
3 or 4 people at least.
5 at least, I think now. All right. Okay. So, Siama's question
You're
was
welcome.
again, I'm sorry. What was it?
What's coming towards them?
Oh, okay. Sounds like mine.
Yeah, sure. And I'm going to use the Adrian Tarot.
Okay.
Thank you, Siama. Welcome back, Violet. Did the outdoor microwave burn everything?
Well, some of the advantages of working up here, except for poor Sunny, is that
Poor Sonny.
the cards are clearer. They're easier to see. They're easier for me to see. I'm like right here. And, so there's some advantages. The lighting may be a little bit better to control up here.
I wanted to work with the idea of having a table that Sonny could jump on that would be behind us, but we don't have anything quite like that.
Well, and I'm not sure he'll be happy behind us. See,
You have to reach back and scritch his ears or
if
something.
we only had enough room this way and could fit something small semi in between us, he might be happy there.
But I wanted to film up here because we have to film another show later.
Yeah.
And I just didn't want to have to do a lot of breakdown moving it around. So forgive me.
No. I think we are going to be up here for some shows. I think it makes sense. So, definitely. I wouldn't want to abandon the dining room completely there.
What's coming towards Siama?
Yeah. What is it?
And it's that fabulous Eight of Wands again. Only it's reversed.
Oh, it's the Eight of Wands reversed. Uh-oh. Huh.
So what's coming towards you is maybe possibly, a slowdown in certain regards, or maybe the feeling that you're missing the mark with something, you're not understanding something, or you're not able to apply yourself towards a goal, or you're not seeing a solution for something, or you're feeling like something is maybe, beyond your reach in a certain way.
Huh. Well, I feel here that there's what's coming towards you may be a period of a lack of focus. It's almost as if you have a lot of energy and things that may be going to waste or will be going to waste because you're not focusing it on what you need to be or the most important things. So I think what's coming towards you is a time where you need to find your focus. Find what's most important for you to focus your energy on.
Why is that important? And it's the Six of Swords upright.
Oh.
Radical change, it says.
Says on the card.
But there's a sense of movement, of course, with this card.
Yeah, so why is that important? Because you need to really pace yourself more, calm things down more. Maybe things, will be getting a little bit turbulent or out of, making you stressed because, you're either trying to do too much, you're scattering your energy and nothing seems to be working, and it might cause you some stress and anxiety, and you need to calm things down. You need to find, you need to move towards a place of more balance and harmony.
It's also possible that the situation suggested by the first card means that maybe you need to move from that towards something that maybe offers a greater strength or perspective for you to follow, and that maybe what is around you right now is confusing and also creates some certain amount of problems or troubles, and you need to move yourself beyond that, whether it's a physical move or whether it is actually, a move in consciousness.
Hey, Crystal, we're doing fine. We're sorry we can't take you today. We filled up very, very fast.
Yeah,
You would have had to been here in the first 10 minutes of the show
our list
to
is
get a
closed.
spot.
Yeah, we ended up closing the list after 10 minutes.
Yep. So, okay, so why is this? Well, I like what you said there. I feel that maybe, like, for example, if you are at a job or something that is, you're doing too much, you can't seem to find your rhythm, and they're demanding too much of you, that it is time to move to something else. It's time to move to something else in your life, maybe that will be less stressful and or less making you feel less anxious.
So, where is this leading to? And it's leading to the Two of Swords upright. On the card it says doubt. We sort of monitor or meter that a little differently there. But it could be saying that where it is leading to is really where you do have to make some sort of sense of a timeout for yourself to really analyze these things. Because ultimately what you may be finding is that you don't have all of the clues, all of the information that you might need to really move yourself totally into that perspective, whether it's new work or new activity, or whether it is really time to just totally wait until you can understand more about what's going on.
I think clearly all of this is leading to a point where you really need to step back and think about what your next moves are going to be, or think about how, if your present situation is something that you really don't want to let go of, how can you make things easier for yourself? How can you improve your circumstances? What do you need to do? And in order to do that, sometimes it's not a good thing to just rush into making a decision. It's better that you instead step back, relax, take the time you need to go within and figure it out.
So let's look at the Lenormand.
Well, we have the broom here, which is interesting because that can be sometimes about fast movement, but not necessarily. And then we have the Tower here. So I'm wondering if this isn't some work or, work situation, but if it's not, it's a personal situation. It's about you. And you need to sweep things out of your life that may be interfering or making you lose your focus on what's truly more important to you. And also, what could make your life more easier, You need to sweep aside the things that are interfering with your sense of stability, your sense of comfort, maybe even your sense of personal security.
Right. The Tower is representing, maybe symbolically, if not more, those things that are foundations or structures in your life that give you security or give you a focus or give you a plan. They may represent where you work at or how you work or what kind of work you do. But whatever that is, it's probably time for you to reacquaint yourself with some other notions, to sweep those away and maybe explore something new. And some of that was mostly hinted at here, but that's why we needed the Lenormand to realize that there may be something more you're not quite understanding at this point. That was kind of coming out with those last two sword cards. And maybe this is the opportunity to sort of clear the set, start fresh in a way that whatever the confusion is that's not allowing you to move towards the mark you're trying to make, you might need to really start off all over again, to just sort of throw everything aside and say, let's rebuild it from the start again and see where it goes.
It's time to clean house in some area of your life, I say that metaphorically, of course. It's time to clean house and clear out the things that are blinding you from what can make your life better. You need to find ways to make your life better and to think about it more and to try not to spread yourself too thin. I'm almost wondering if that's the message here.
Yeah.
I wish you luck with that.
Alrighty, Siama.
Yeah. Okay.
And so we are on Buddy Blue, and Buddy
Okay,
Blue
buddy.
asks, what is coming towards them? So I guess we can do that again, eh?
Okay. Yeah, we can.
You're welcome, Siama.
All right. Okay, well, so what is coming towards you, Buddy B? You have the Knight of Wands, but this time the Knight of Wands is reversed.
So what is coming towards you? You may be making some brash moves towards something that may be perceived as arrogant from others, or maybe indicating that you don't really have enough confidence to move towards this particular thing, but you're going to try to make a show of it. And so maybe you're trying to make something happen that maybe isn't quite ready to happen yet. You don't have exactly what you need there, or that maybe it's just not the right time for some reason.
Yeah, you're trying to aggressively maybe too aggressively push something on, if not others, push something forward in your life. And maybe, you need to be a little bit more slower and deliberate about how you go about starting this, whatever it is, whether it's a new relationship in your life, whether it's job related, whether it's studies related, whatever the case may be. Don't push yourself too hard, or push too hard to try to get things going. Why is this important? Oh. Well, it's the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups is upright.
Is it perhaps that you feel you're going to miss an opportunity for something that will give you emotional happiness?
Or fulfillment.
That's why this urgency may be there, is because you are thinking that you're moving towards something that is emotionally happy, whether it's a relationship or a situation, and you don't want to ruin that, but you need to consider exactly how you're bringing yourself towards that.
Whatever it is, that you're going towards, you really want it.
Yeah.
You really want it. You desire it. You want it badly. It would fulfill you, as he said. It would bring you great joy. It could be the start of a new relationship, or a job of your dreams, whatever the case may be. But again, if you want it bad enough, then don't be too reckless or aggressive in your approach to getting it. Sometimes we have to let things unfold. Now, I know what I've always said about the aces is you have to make moves on it, but just because I say you have to do the work or make moves doesn't mean you have to push things before they are ready. So, sometimes we have to go a little bit with the flow too, and pace ourselves and take it step by step.
So where is this going to lead?
Where is it going to lead? Maybe we just didn't want to show you this card.
No, it always would have shown. We just wouldn't have
Oh,
seen
we
it.
wouldn't have seen it. Well, sadly, it's the Ace of Wands reversed. And so where this could lead is to something that seemed like a good thing getting off to a bad start. Either there's delays or there's some disappointments connected with it. It just seems as though it's having trouble getting off the ground.
It's something that seems to be half-baked. Like it just didn't really have enough intention or something put into it when it needed it. So maybe this could just be saying that it's off to a bad start, but it won't necessarily say that it won't go somewhere. Sometimes things are slow to start. So let's look at the Lenormand. there's a letter or communication possibly involved, something that may give you more information or is coming to you. And then there's the cross.
Well, that's not good.
And that's not good, right? Because the cross could indicate that maybe the letter or the communication is unpleasing, is maybe, something disappointing or something that you're not going to feel very thrilled about. And I don't know if that's really talking about that Ace of Wands at the end there.
I would say yes.
All right.
I would say yes. So I guess this all just kind of rolled together here, Some aggressive acts or maybe acting prematurely, could, on something that you truly desire, because it's really important to you, you want it really bad, whatever it is, could lead to failure or blockages in obtaining the desired results. And it could cause you some disappointment, definitely. Well, I'm putting it mildly, I guess, because the cross is sort of sorrow and grief over this. Like, you really, really wanted this, and now you're getting news that, there is a delay or that it just may not happen. And the reason I'm saying that too is because when you think of the Ace of Wands, that could be about, a disappointing message being received as well.
So it correlates.
It does correlate.
The overall impression is that this may be something that seems like it's an opportunity you want, but if you rush too much or if you're careless in certain respects.
This is for Buddy, okay, Buddy.
Yeah,
I'm
if
sorry.
you're careless in certain respects, or if you're rushing or somehow not as confident of how you're doing this, it's not going to work out to its best benefit.
So, Buddy, sometimes less is more. Sometimes you just don't push so hard, and sometimes things will fall into place. If you want it bad enough, then just don't do anything too rash to get it. Sometimes we act on impulse, and I feel that way with the Knight of Wands reversed, that acting on impulse in this situation could sabotage things. So that's what we have for you. I know it's a little bit vague, but hopefully you can make sense of that. Good luck.
Good luck. And Jano is up for a general.
All right.
I'm going to use the Uncommon Tarot.
Oh boy. Even when I do see those cards, I can't tell what they are.
And that's why I use them.
Yes, no doubt.
No, Banshee, you're all wet.
Sheesh.
And that is not common.
That's right, Violet.
You're welcome, Buddy Blue.
If it was a yes, no, it would be different. So I was watching the Lions game before the show started. I'm really excited about our home team this year. Seattle got off to a quick start with a touchdown, but guess what? So did the Lions. And that's where I had to leave it. So I have a feeling this is going to be a hard-fought game I'm missing, but that's okay. I can't catch them all.
So the first card for Jano is the Page of Coins, and it's upright.
And what's the question?
General.
Oh, general, okay.
And then the World is reversed. And then the Three of Wands, I like that.
Is there, upright.
Upright.
Nice. Well, with the Lenormand we have the House and the Rider.
So, Page of Coins, you may be thinking, or something is maybe asking you to look into your studies or to go back to your studies. There may be more education or information you're looking for, or you want to sort of kind of immerse yourself in some of those kind of things there. Maybe it's more about philosophy too. Maybe you're thinking about, some kind of, worldly philosophical thoughts at this time or about certain situations. And of course, the world reversed, maybe you're thinking about how life doesn't seem to match exactly where you want it to be in terms of certain completions or perfections. I'll let Banshee throw in now.
Well, I'm kind of on a whole different track here.
Okay.
And it's partially because, page of coins and earth and the house being here. There's a few different things I see, but one could be that, Jano, this could be the page of coins could herald a time of good financial news, possibly some good career news. If you're looking for a job right now or a change of some sort thereof, there's a possibility that it could come through for you. If you're looking even at like changing something out up in where you live, like a possible move of some sort, I see it here in the Lenormand, and I'm wondering, since we have, the grounded page of cups of coins here, if it couldn't be indicating a move or some sort of shift or focus on the home environment right now as well. And the world is just reversed here, indicating that whatever this is, more work needs to be done to make this become a reality.
A work in progress.
Yeah, it's kind of a work in progress. I mean, you might get a job offer or something, but maybe there's some sort of strings attached. Like, for example, you might need some extra training, or you might need some extra skills, that you'll have to have a lot of mentoring to fit in here. Whatever the case may be, or if there's money coming in, if it's just a matter of money coming in, there may be some strings associated with that too. You may have to sign some paperwork or, take care of some other business here. There is something that needs to be done before it can be successful.
So then finally, though, what it looks like, though, is that the Three of Wands shows you really waiting or thinking that an opportunity is coming towards you, and that some of this was about biding your time to wait for that. So maybe that world reversed indicated the idea that you knew you weren't quite done with this, but you needed to wait for some other things to kind of click into place, and that may be coming with that Three of Wands.
Well, and this Three of Wands really shows a little bit of movement here. I know he's on the horse or donkey or whatever that is. Looks like a horse maybe. And is moving towards something. And so I feel like you realize this is going to be a happening thing. You're anticipating the move, whatever move is happening here, and it's going to work out for you ultimately because you finally are tidying up whatever loose ends or things you have to get done to make it happen. And do you mind if I just move into that?
Go right ahead.
Because really, I think this is all, again, coming full circle
there.
here. It's flowing there where the rider is showing, look, he's on the horse here, this person's on something, they're on the move. And it will bring you more security, more sense of comfort. Or, like I said, if you're planning on making a move physically, either to a new job or to new living arrangement conditions, it's there for you. You're making some type of move, and the house being house aside from a physical structure indicates comfort, security. You're a place where you feel safe and sound.
I almost wonder if maybe, Jano, this is talking about something that's more about your actual physical home life, whether it's the actual place you live in, your domicile, and it's like just trying to create something there, beautify, security eyes, things like that, or transitions, somebody's moving in, somebody's moving out. But I feel like this is maybe about a home focus, whether it's specifically about the home or about things that are kind of connotative of the home, your security, your happiness, other projects that maybe can come out of that.
Well, I'm not going to totally tie it to that, but I had to mention it, and I think that it's perfectly possible But it is something that's tied into maybe better security for you, whether it's financial, career, or just your sense of security, in your environment.
Sometimes the Page of Coins gives me a sense of aesthetics too.
And it's all good.
It is all
I
good,
think it's
absolutely.
really all pretty good. So good luck with that.
All right. And Preeti is up.
Hi, Preeti.
I don't remember if they left a question or not.
Oh, we'll see if Violet's got one. And let's see, what did I use last time? I don't remember. Did I use these last time? That eight
Yeah,
of,
you did.
Yeah, the Eight of Wands looks familiar.
No, they did not. Well,
Let's give Preeti a few minutes.
yeah.
We have announcements. Like, for example, our Weird Week, Your Weird Week, is coming out tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's a video that will talk about world or U.S. events, depending on where we see the cards fit. And we always recap the cards we had from the week before to see how they played out in that previous week. And then we look at what might be lying ahead. Stay tuned. I think we will find the recap from this last week to be very interesting.
And I think Preeti probably would have come back by now, so I think we should just move on. We have too many readers clients to not do that.
Well, I know there is a delay, and regardless of cutting the list, I want to make sure we're not cutting them short because of the delay. So go ahead and do the countdown, Violet.
It only works when you
Preeti,
tell
if
her.
you're here, respond now.
Yeah, there's no guarantee we will be able to squeeze you in. Oh, well, thank you, Dr. Victor. And that puts us a little closer to you. And Libra is up, and Libra wanted to know, I think, what was coming towards them. What hidden messages does Libra need to know? All right. Thank you, Violet.
All right. All right, it's the Four of Swords upright. So what hidden message you need to know is that you need some rest. You need to take it easy, Libra. If you don't realize that already, maybe, deep inside, there's this urge and this need for recuperation in some way in your life. Whether it's emotional, spiritual, mental, physical, you need to replenish your energy source.
Even if it doesn't really seem like it's a need, something somewhere is trying to tell you to take a break at this time. Something is indicating to you that this would be a good time for you to kind of spend some more time with yourself, resting, recuperating. Hey, maybe one of those nights you want to take a really hot bath or shower if you can, things like that.
So why is this important? It's the Empress card. Well, there's a couple reasons it's important. The obvious one is that the Empress can be about nurturing and self-care, because you need to nurture yourself, from time to time. You may take care of your family. You may have a lot of things that you do for others, but what about you? That's one thing. But also when you replenish your energy reserves, you also open yourself up to more creative ideas. You become more open to creative impulses. You just are, more into brainstorming and being able to really use your mind better, It's not cloudy anymore. You don't sit there and have to sit there for hours thinking of solutions to problems. They'll just come to you because, you're ready. You're more prepared.
Well, it looks like your me time would really be beneficial for you, finding a way to focus yourself on things that really are important to you.
Yes. And so, where is this leading? Wow. You know, these cards, the last few readings, they have just flowed. They really have. Look at this. We have the Six of Swords here. How, I mean, so you taking the time out you need, taking care of you, will lead you to calmer, more tranquil shores. You'll be able to feel like you're in a better place, you're in a much better position now to accomplish what you want and what you desire. Things will be looking so much better to you. You won't have a negative outlook. It'll just refresh, your spirit totally.
So if you're taking time off to work on yourself, you should return refreshed, renewed, and revitalized, or at least 2 out of 3. I
So,
had a
why
boss
did
that
my
used to say
stream stop?
that. I don't know.
Me either.
That was a while ago too.
Yeah,
Just reboot.
I am. So, that is just an awesome way that the cards have come together there. Holy cow.
That was like that for a while. I just figured you knew.
No, I
Okay.
just ignored it.
And in Lenormand, there's the ring
This is interesting to me.
and the dog. And I think this is saying be loyal. The dog is like your friend. Be loyal to the things that you really want to commit yourself to. Don't let other things interfere too much. That's why this is important, because you need to move towards what you want to do.
Well, Libra, I could look at this 2 ways. I like what he said there, and I was going to say similarly, be your own best friend. Commit to your being your own best friend here. Because I feel like it's tying into the Empress in some way. But also, this could be indicating that, maybe this is a time to commit to some good times with good friends who really won't put a lot of pressure on you. That you feel good being around, that you feel like you can relax and, restore yourself with. So that's what we have for you, Libra. Good luck with that. All seem to fit together very, very nicely.
Yeah, that one really was a no-brainer in a way.
Yeesh.
So
Yeah,
Latoya
Latoya
is up.
up.
Hi, Latoya. And Latoya wants to know, may I have a general, whatever comes out for me?
All right.
All right. You got it.
Sounds like a plan. Let's see what we've got for you, Latoya.
So I'm going to use the English Magic Tarot.
I bet Anthony's not here because he's watching the game. Okay, let's see. Okay. That way.
General reading. Okay, first card, Queen of Coins.
Nice.
Upright. Next card is Death, which is upright. And final card is the Ten of Coins, which is upright.
Wow,
So
you
these
got
are
the upright cards today, Mr. O.
Probably an interesting reading here.
Well, not everything may tie together in this one, I have a feeling. There's the Moon card, but it might. It might. And then we have the Snake.
So, Queen of Coins, this may be saying that you can watch for some unexpected opportunities, or maybe they're expected opportunities for you to kind of flourish and grow here. That there's a lot of creative energy coming to you at this time, and this could be a time for you to really work around the house with home projects, or if you're more artistically inclined, maybe you can be writing more, or you can be doing something else that spurs your artistic mind. But whatever it is, it just feels like this is a good time for you to work with your hands and your mind and create something. I'm going to do them separately to some degree.
I know. I almost think they go together to some degree.
Lead on.
Well, I like what he said here. There's a real good chance for growth and creative expression here with the Queen of Coins. Getting projects, completing projects. Maybe it seems like you have a lot of things in place already. The Queen is not the Knight, is not the Page. She's at a higher level now, and so it seems like maybe even career-wise or financial-wise, even things are really looking up for you. But there is something I want to bring up here. I really can't wrap my head around this reading. And it's basically because this darn snake and moon, which we'll get to later. But this Queen of Coins means you're in a very advantageous position right now to produce the results that you desire in some area of your life. And, it's going to bring about some major changes for you, I feel. Changes on the horizon. And I almost feel here that because the Queen is here, maybe more than anything, that you might, this is not a change that's being foisted on you or comes out of the blue. This is probably a change you're going to initiate.
I like that. It could very well mean that, in context to what I said, this was really time for you to really kind of get there and do that. So if it was a matter of really shaking up things for yourself or for other people who are in your life, this was that moment. I mean, from a sense of externals, this could be saying really you're sort of laying down the law to other people to say, time is over. We have to make these changes now. So this could represent things too that maybe do look at career maybe. I mean, the Queen of Coins could be a person who's managing things and says, we need to make some changes here because things are not as productive as I need them to be. But wherever that can fall into your life, that's probably true too. Change needs to happen, and you're the one who's probably the best suited to do that.
There's definitely an emphasis on pentacles here, which is, career, finance. It could be home life. It could be family. But, it doesn't rule out the other aspects of love either. And that's where I'm having the problem when we get to the Lenormand. We'll talk about that. The Ten of Coins here, okay, in relation to where I was going with this, basically all of this is leading up to long-term stability, success, and growth for you. I feel like this is setting the stage. These changes that you are going to make will make things much more stable in some area of your life and will grow more in time.
And it looks to me like it's probably related to your home life. So I don't know if you have an actual family structure, a significant other, children, or other persons who live in the household. But I feel like a lot of these things are about that maybe certain changes needed to happen to make the house more secure, make the house more productive or functionable. So this may be a project or a change that will need cooperation, or that you will find will be working towards the benefit of others who should be trying to cooperate with you.
So where the snake and the moon goes together here, and the snake is not a happy card, really, in almost every circumstance, I feel. The moon is a card in the Lenormand that relates to success at work or success in love. And so it could be either. See, that's why I was having problems figuring out what area of your life this could involve. And so I'm going to keep it a little open-ended and say to you that maybe you're making these changes because in either, your business, your career, your financial sector, or in, your family, your interpersonal relations, your love department, there has been a sense of a feeling of being betrayed, or that people have been working against your best interests here. And so you're about to change things up because you are in a good position to do so and really work towards making yourself feel more stable and secure long term. And I think the change is necessary to make that happen.
This is a pretty dynamic kind of idea there, and I think that the top tarot cards sort of show you moving through, the situations and understanding what you need to think about doing. But the underlying reality is that maybe there are threats to this, successful household, successful career, successful relationships that you want to stay on top of. And, even though it doesn't explicitly pertain to it here, the moon is symbolic of emotional things and or things that change quickly. Many moons ago, the moon is always changing, cycling. So this is something you have perhaps recently perceived, or you've been thinking about maybe even for a little while, but you realize this is not going to go away. You maybe need to address this, by making those changes.
This could be about somebody who just is jealous of your success and is trying to undermine it. It's possible too that that's what these cards could indicate to me. They're not happy with you coming around here to making changes that will improve your conditions. It's always someone trying to upset the apple cart. But overall, again, I can't say that this is a bad reading for you. So I hope this makes some sense to you, and I wish you luck with that, Latoya. Good luck.
Thank you, Latoya. All right. So now we are on Dr. Victor, and
hey, Dr. V.
Violet has put their question out. Want to know if A is deceiving you, and advice if you are in danger with him or not.
Okay.
So that sounds pretty interesting.
Ooh. What did I use last time? It was that, so I know it's this one. Okay.
I'll take those Lenormand too.
You will?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, even with the person who didn't show, we're going to be heading up right to the end of the hour, I think. If
Yes.
not a little into overtime.
Yeah, it all depends.
Okay, let's see what's going on. Huh. First card is the Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles is upright. Let's get them all out here. The second card is the Ten of Pentacles reversed. I guess I can move them down a little, sorry. And
No,
the third, oh, you want them up? Okay.
Yeah, I moved them up.
Oh, okay. Less glare? Okay.
So that these ones can fully be in the picture.
And the third card is the Two of Swords reversed. What do you
So
got?
then we have the Fox from Lenormand and the Tower. And so I do think that there is maybe the chance of something being deceptive here.
Maybe. If this is this a work relationship by chance, Dr. V? Somebody that you work with? I'm just curious. The Three of Pentacles upright, though, indicates that, what do you think of that one?
Well, there may
in this
be,
question?
this could pertain to a work situation. It looks like something that is collaborative, and it may be that you're the person, more in charge of it, but it is collaborative. You might be, showing a direction of certain things, but it talks mostly about the ability to work.
Just, okay.
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 Okay, so, And that's interesting because sometimes the Three of Pentacles is framed in a spiritual context because it looks like it might be happening in some sort of church or temple. But I think this is talking about the interplay of elements going on between you and other people and whether or not you are all on the same page with each other. The signs sort of look like there is that there is a sense of being unified to some degree with that card.
Yeah, with the Three of Pentacles, I sense more unity than not. But the Ten of Pentacles disturbs me a little bit here because, it's reversed and it kind of indicates that maybe, long term, there may be some bumps here in this road, in this working together here, that either somebody maybe has their own ideas of how things should go, and they may not necessarily be agreeable to you.
Well, the Three of Pentacles could represent the idea of envision the process of working together with whoever looks sound, but the reality is with the Ten of coins or pentacles reversed, that there may be some fissuring under the surface, that there may be some things where people don't feel totally secure in their positions or how their work proceeds or what they're doing. And in a spiritual context, that could be talking about, the people who are there to do that kind of thing, to give advice to others. Maybe they don't feel like they are totally on secure ground with that, with you or with the situation. Like maybe they just don't feel as confident or as seasoned in what they're trying to do there, that they don't feel they relate to you because maybe they don't feel they are on the same level, even though in concept you seem to be on the same level. Maybe others don't feel that they're on the same level as you.
It's interesting. And, I think this card too talks about the lack of a sense of feeling secure in this situation. And I almost feel like that's how you feel about this right now, is you're not so sure, that you are working together constructively on, spiritual matters or whatever it is. And that maybe that this advice or whatever, this working relationship is kind of short-sighted in some way. The Two of Swords, to me, is more of a neutral card, but it's about movement. So what does this mean? I think maybe A wants you to make certain moves and stuff, and I guess the question would be, do you feel they're really right for you? Do you feel that they're, are you hesitating because you aren't sure? But I think they want you, they have expectations of you making certain moves or decisions, going in a certain direction with your decision.
Right. They may be feeling too that they maybe are trying to position you to take the lead in certain matters, that maybe they want you to be the person who speaks up if that's necessary, or who feels that you have a certain information that they don't have, and so they may be expecting you to lead with that information. So it's hard to say if it's a purposeful deception or if it's more like they're making an assumption that you are more natural to do this.
Or they're just going with what they feel in the situation. I'm not sure I see a lot of necessary malevolence here, but right. I do sense that there is some sense of a lack of security, and I feel that's coming from you, not from them necessarily. I feel here that they are trying to influence your next moves, for better or worse. And that's when we come to these cards here. And the Tower could indicate an institution, like a church, a temple, a workplace, etc. And the Fox here, which, the Fox can be a little bit hard to read, because sometimes the Fox indicates somebody who has a lot of knowledge and skill at their disposal and they know how to use it. But if there's negative cards surrounding it, it can also mean somebody who's very sneaky and crafty and are really doing things with their own interests in mind. And so that's why I'm a little bit befuddled by this reading. This is not as cut and dry as some of our other readings have gone.
And I'm going to get to that in a moment, but Dr. V asks, should they make that move? To listen to their advice, I guess. And I sort of feel like you might want to try to wait as long as possible, because the Two of Swords does indicate that maybe more information is coming, if not to the other person, to yourself. The Tower and the Fox, in my mind, I think this is saying that maybe there are more than one person in this environment who could be contributing to that feeling of not sure if you understand them, that maybe or other people are also, part of the situation where maybe they want you to react in a certain way. You may want to try to gather more information. It's not really clear you should do this right now, but it's not clear exactly what you should do.
If you feel pressured or pushed, you may want to put the brakes on this and say you need more time. If you don't feel really secure, or how do I want to say this? If you don't really feel so secure enough with the advice you're being given, then don't go this route, Don't go this route. Do what you feel is best for you here, Use your head and think about, is this advice really serving my best interests, or is there another motivation here? So I think this is a caution for you to just kind of take your time. Personally, it started off so well that it's making me wonder, that maybe you shouldn't totally discount this advice, but take more time to really think it through. And maybe ask them more questions if you feel uncomfortable,
Good point.
That's what I would do. I wouldn't just take things at face value.
All right, Dr.
So I hope that helps. The cards were a little bit, and this one, Dr. V.
Yeah, it made us work. And you're welcome. Thank you. All right, so Mary the Aries, we've been waiting for you to show up, but I'm wondering, we'll give you a little bit of time. I'll just briefly mention that, of course, with the new week, we're back to our regular programming. There'll be Goth Tarot at Wednesday. There'll be the Emotional Exchanges on Friday. And, of course, Happy Hour on Saturday. And thank you, Dr. Victor. I appreciate hearing that. So,
You're welcome, Dr. V.
Mary.
Yeah, Mary, if you're here,
We're gonna
it's
move
now
on.
or never. So just let us know you're here. If you're typing your question, just say, I'm here, just a minute. Otherwise, we have to move on.
Well, let's just wait a few seconds. It's
possible
333.
some people just did not want to wait today.
That's true.
And we understand.
Let's do the countdown.
Go ahead and do the countdown, Violet.
We got 8 or 9 to get through, so we know we're
8 or
doing
9?
overtime. There's no way we'll be able to squeeze anybody in if they come back.
Yeah,
We're
we have
sorry.
8. You are correct.
We just have too many to do right now.
Yep. Okay, let's move on to MA. Are you with us, MA? Or did you leave a question?
I don't think we have
Okay.
any questions, so hopefully they will show up. Or we're moving through the list.
Let's give a moment there. Don't forget, next week, the sun is going into the sign of Libra. And so we will be doing a monthly modality message on that day. And that reading is good for the entire Libra season. We do readings for each of the modalities of the zodiac. You need not know what your modality is. We will explain that during the reading. So you will know which one applies to you. And that will come out sometime next Saturday. And happy birthday to all of our Libra friends.
Well, I think we're going to have to keep moving through the list.
Yep. MA, just say yes if you're here now. I like to do that. Just throw a note out there. But otherwise, we're going to start the countdown.
And that means PG will be up next.
The countdown starts now.
You are waiting patiently. Thank you. Appreciate that. We're trying to tighten up our reading so that we don't meander too long and we can try to get through the list.
Admittedly, some are more complicated, which is why, hey, we could do less cards so there'd be a little bit less nuance to the reading, but it might give enough information. We may go that route. Yeah, it might make it a little harder for us, too. 3 cards is really a good way to go. We may have to ditch the Lenormand, maybe. PG, are you up? Are you here? Well, it's too bad people didn't take my advice and leave their questions, because we could have answered them. And actually, it's all our advice. I know Violet always tells people to do that.
Yep. All right. I think we can move on to...
Yeah, I know you do, Violet. So, and I mentioned it several times. So... I don't know.
Well, I think people have legitimate reasons why they don't want to leave the message because...
Well, they might have follow-up questions like we get sometimes, some clarification. But, you know, at least you get some answers.
All right, so it looks like we are moving up to Lorena Sun.
Lorena Sun, you can go ahead and post if you haven't.
But Violet already has their question.
Okay.
And Lorena Sun did mention that they are patiently waiting, which we appreciate. Yep. So, I'd like to know whether my feelings for my crush M are reciprocated, and don't know if I'll make it when it's my turn.
Well, you are here,
you
and we are
so we
ready.
Appreciate that.
All right.
All right. So, how do you want to do that? Do we want to do it as a straight yes or no? Or how?
Let's do 3 cards and see.
Hi, Larissa.
If we need clarification, we may have time to do that now.
Alrighty. All things come to those who wait.
And you know, the one thing I forgot when I came up here was to bring my timing cards if anything had come up.
Okay, so here is the 8 of Cups and it's upright.
Okay.
Here's the Queen of Wands and it's upright. And the 7 of Cups and it's upright.
Wow, this is a real mixed bag here. Nothing really negative, but, you know, a little bit unsure. We'll talk about that in a minute. I think that there's good feelings for you, most definitely. But where are things going? We have the Bear in the Lenormand. And... ooh, we have the Lily. Some cards we haven't gotten today yet. Well. So, feelings are reciprocated. Don't know if I'll make it with... okay, feelings are reciprocated. I get the feeling they may be, or at least that they think very highly of you. You know, with the Queen of Wands here, it indicates somebody who they feel, you know, is very dynamic, very attractive to them in some ways. They, you know, it's almost like a magnetic attraction of sorts. But, you know, it might be that this person, your crush, is really on a journey right now. On a journey to try to figure out who or what they want in life, you know. We've got the 8 of Cups here. The 8 of Cups is about seeking something higher or moving away from conditions they're in now to better, you know, to possibly see what's on the other side of the mountains, you know. Is the grass greener on the other side, for example? And, it's interesting. You are right in the middle of these two cards here. And the Seven of Cups is all about looking at all the options that this crush may have available to them and wondering what it is they truly want. And right now, it almost seems as though it's an open book. They really haven't decided.
Well, I'm going to take a slightly different tack because
Okay.
I do feel that Eight of Cups says that they are seeing themselves moving towards you in some way, so that is the idea maybe of the reciprocation of feelings. And what they see in you, I guess, is somebody who's very charismatic to them, somebody who seems to be brave and confident, and so maybe you sort of are really a focus for them, the way that they look at you, that
Somebody
they feel,
they're attracted to.
right.
Yeah.
And so therefore with the Seven of Cups, it could be like what Banshee says, that there are some other situations going on that maybe they're also looking at, but maybe it's just saying that they're examining themselves to wonder if these feelings are true, like at this point that they're really about examining the whole gamut of feelings that they have.
Saying what I said, I'm not going to go back on it now. I think I'm going to stick with mine. But it's likely as possible what Mr. O said, that you are like high on their list. Well, I don't, whether that they may be moving towards you, but I feel that they're really kind of open right now to other experiences or, relationships. However, I do think when I look at the bear and the lily here, that there is the potential that this could grow into something in time. This is like, the bear can be about, it almost reminds me in a way, some aspects of it remind me of the Ten of Pentacles. In other words, a long range or more long-term kind of success, or wealth, abundance. And the lilies is about growth, lilies is about evolution in a way too. So this could evolve into something powerful. So I wouldn't rule it out, I would definitely keep this open. There's possibilities here. I think there is an attraction.
I do feel like something is going on there. I think that it is a process of them evolving on it. That's the lily in a way. But it's also, I think, what's going on with the Seven of Cups is that they're looking at you, but maybe they're also thinking of all the other things that they are, consumed with, whether it's other folks or whether it's other situations. And what I feel is they feel that their ideas about you are only getting stronger. That's the bear. The idea that maybe as their feelings are evolving, they feel stronger about it, but maybe also too they see a strength in you too, which is also reflected in that Queen of Wands, because she's pretty much one of the most dynamic queen figures.
So keep the connection alive, keep it flowing and see where it goes. I think there's potential here. But I can't be as totally optimistic as he is that they're coming towards you right now, and it depends on what kind of your response. Obviously, you're asking because you maybe are not feeling you've been getting the reciprocation. So, it's possible they're just keeping it close to their chest right now because they're trying to figure out how to make this work in their lives. But so keep the faith here. It may
That's
be
another
something
idea
to think
that
about.
the Seven of Cups says that maybe they have to balance their attraction towards you and their feelings towards you with other situations. Maybe they're a parent themselves, or maybe they have someone else that they have to help out, that it's not necessarily, like a romantic thing, but that they have to do things. Hey, Mandy, I hope you stick around, but thanks for putting the question down.
Yep, we're almost there. That's what we have for you. So I hope that helped
So
give you
good
some
luck.
idea of
Good luck, Marina Sun.
what you
Thanks.
need to think about here. Good luck with that. Kara!
Yes, you are. Oh dear, we're so sorry, Mary.
Yeah, we're sorry. We're not going to be able to fit you in, unfortunately. We apologize. We know we've had a number of people who have walked away, but we only have 15 minutes left in the show now to finish up what we have left. So
I don't know the answer to that one, but next time you could ask that question maybe. And I'm sorry.
Why does it have the nasty things?
We still have like about 7 or 8
4
readings
readings,
to do.
actually.
4? Okay.
Yep.
Whoops. So we're not going to be able to take you today. Maybe we can see you another time?
Yeah.
Okay, Kara.
Actually 5, because I forgot about Violet.
Uh-huh.
Sorry. Okay. So, Kara. And that's why it's important to just post your question, let Violet have it, and if you've got to step away, we can answer your question. You know, and maybe you won't be able to get the back and forth feedback from us, but at least it's better than nothing, right? So keep that in mind in the future, guys. Okay.
So I'm trying to understand Kara's question.
Well, our question is, she saw the word starseed, Grace, all down the page. Now, my dad's mom's name is Grace, and I'm wondering what she's trying to tell me. She died years ago. Okay, so what we'll do is we will ask what Grace was trying to tell you, because you think there's a connection there. Let's do that. So it'll be my reading.
Okay.
Do you get
and
this?
we're sorry, MA.
We're sorry, MA, too. We moved on, and next time post your question if you have to step away. At least we'll be able to answer it. But now we're moving on. So we've got to kind of run a tighter ship here.
In a way, it's not even realistic that we can do 20 in 2 hours. 20 really
unless we
takes us
cut
longer.
down the cards, we do.
20 really takes us longer than 2 hours.
Yeah, it looks that way. But I think I did that because we've always had people stepping away, so yeah. But I get your point. I think I was supposed to use the other deck, but since I grabbed this one, I'm going to use it.
Well, I hope we can see you guys some other time, Mary and MA and anyone else that we had to drop.
All right, let's see what we've got here. Come Thursday, come early still, because you never know. People may start filling us up on Thursdays. All right, so what was Grace trying to tell you? I can see it's reversed, but it's not a bad reversal. Is that 4 of Swords again? And this time it is reversed. You don't need rest. What is Grace trying to tell you? It's time for you to move, to feel revitalized, to move forward into your destiny, maybe Grace, I noticed starseed. Starseed's a big deal. It's a word. So I think what this is saying is Grace is trying to tell you maybe it's time to make a move towards your destiny, to use your energy in a manner, worthy of the goals you want to achieve.
The sword has been drawn.
Ooh. Is that all you're going to say?
Well, no, I think it's clear, though, that, some sort of return to an activity is what Grace is proposing.
Like that? So why is that important? Okay, it's the sun reversed. And, the sun upright or reversed is not a bad card. So, but why is it important, I feel here, is because maybe you haven't been able to achieve your full potential up to now, and Grace wants to see you do that.
It could also be, too, that there's something you need to know. The sun is often about learning something, and so in this context, it may be saying, you know a lot of stuff, but there's still something else you need to know here.
I like that, too.
And maybe it's about that situation in some way.
I like that, too.
All right. So where's it leading? Is that what I think it is?
It's the Emperor reversed. Was that what you thought it was?
I thought it was the Emperor.
Well, where it's leading to is a sense of lack of control, But I want to say to you, too, that sometimes, or let me put it to you this way, maybe where it's headed is to a situation where you're exerting too much control. Maybe Grace is trying to tell you, too, that we can't control every circumstance in our lives. So sometimes you need to let some things go so that you can better prepare yourself for your destiny. In other words, don't try to control this path, this journey so much that you block out things that just pop in that may be important to your success. But if you micromanage too much and you think things need to be a certain way in order to succeed, you could block something trying to get in that could really be important to your growth.
Just the sign that the Four of Swords is reversed maybe is indicating that Grace thinks you should let these things go and move forward that maybe have been kind of co-opting you in terms of your own management. There are just some things maybe that you can't really necessarily be in control of. I don't know what those could be, but maybe Grace is saying the things you can't control, you're just going to have to kind of let them go and move on into another direction, because there's still so much more for you to learn about or to do.
I just saw what you had here, and I think that's very interesting.
Should I bring those out now?
You absolutely should.
Brooms. Whip it with an anchor.
What on earth could this mean? Because if you looked at them just as individual cards, the broom is sweeping things away or moving swiftly. The anchor is holding you in place. But when you put these two together, I think with what I'm seeing here is that don't be so tied to outcomes or trying to achieve a particular outcome. Your destiny lies in being able to be more fluid, to be able to be, to sweep aside any preconceived notions you have of where you see yourself. In other words, this energy is taking you towards your destiny, but your destiny may not be where you think it was supposed to be. And so sweep that aside. Sweep aside, stubborn attitudes. Sweep aside attitudes that, seem to be entrenched in you, and open yourself up. Loosen up so that you can truly apply yourself to where the universe is taking you. I feel like things are trying to move you somewhere, and you, Kara, may be resisting.
Well, conversely, it could be saying, hold on to the energies that allow you to sweep things away. Retain the position that you have work to do and that you have to do it quickly, because it's necessary.
Sweep aside the things that, may be blocking your progress. And, a little chaos with the Emperor here. I know all these cards are reversed, but number one, that's not a bad card reversed. And I really don't feel the Sun is bad in this position either. And so I feel here, the Emperor, though, to me is the stumbling block. But I feel it's a stumbling block in that, we sometimes feel we have to have absolutely control over all the situations that happen to us. And we get frustrated and we lose when we feel things didn't work out the way we had planned them. Sometimes they're not meant to work out the way things we have planned them. They're meant to work out the way your destiny is supposed to have them work out.
And you won't get there unless you, deal with the other stuff you have to clear away.
Wow, that's what we have for you, Kara. I have some interesting cards today. Woo.
So now we're on Melinda, or Mandy as we know
Mandy. Her. And the question was?
Oh, it was here a moment ago.
Right.
Just in case, what can I do to help my job search? Which avenues are the best for long-term, happy employment?
Okay.
Oh, righty. I'm going to go back to the Ancestral Path Tarot for that one.
Hey, you're welcome, Kara. Interesting dream.
You're welcome.
I had yet another dream last night. Like I said, this is like, I have really opened up and shifted to the veil being wide open for me right now. Holy cow. The dreams just keep coming.
Wow, that was a quick 20 minutes.
Yeah. Well, but after that, we just have Kimberly and Violet Lotus.
Well, thank you everybody for coming again. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for donations.
We're sorry we couldn't read for everybody. We're sorry. Do the best we can.
All right. Ace of Swords, upright. The Prince is the Knight, I think. Yes. The Knight of Pentacles reversed. The Queen of Wands upright.
Wow.
So a lot of this is going to sound platitudinous in a way.
Well, we also have the Lily.
Okay.
And we have the Mice.
The Mice. Something says go bold if you can. The Ace of Swords.
Go big or go home, right?
Well, it could be talking too about really, looking at your job search or your job opportunity as really trying to figure out what your best skills are to display. And so a lot of times with the swords, the Ace of Swords, it looks like it's more about management kind of level stuff, about somebody who's able to control things or somebody who's able to guide things. So I'm not saying that you have to look for manager jobs necessarily, but you do have to approach it with the idea maybe of striking fast and hard, making an impression. So that's part of it towards getting a job. Did you want to jump in?
Well, I kind of going to tie them all together. Is there
Okay.
anything you wanted to add?
No, I'm good with that right at the moment.
To me, Mandy, looking at the Ace of Swords and the Queen of Wands, they seem to tie together in a big way for me. It's kind of like go big or go home, like I said. You have to stand out, like Mr. O said, in a way. He talks about, and I think there's a truth here. So what this could mean is, what makes you stand out? What skills, talents, and abilities are employers looking for? Or, for example, what jobs should you really be going for that totally utilize your best skills and talents and make you stand out to prospective employers? The other thing here is I can't overlook what he said about management, or at least some type of leadership. Maybe that you have to show a little bit that you have more leadership skills, and not necessarily because you're going to lead anybody, but because in the workplace they look for people who have who are able to take charge of their work, take charge of things, if not people. So you just sort of have to kind of show that. And I'm saying that because you do have, like, first off, you have this powerful Ace of Swords here, which is a very dynamic card. And second off, you have two court cards here. And, if you're looking at the major arcana in the court cards are people who lead, in some way. Except for the pages and knights, but, and the knight here might be saying, this is the Knight of Pentacles, right? So the Knight of Pentacles is saying, I feel here, don't sell yourself short. You've really got to go for something that is going to be, in your best interest financially in particular. Don't sell out for jobs that aren't in that range. And also here, I am a little bit concerned about this card being here because it does talk about a little bit of a sluggishness and a slowdown, that things are not moving for you in the career environment. So you've got to figure out a way to jumpstart it. And I think by what I said here about finding the jobs that you really will your talents and skills will really stand out in and get people's attention is what you need to do.
Well, with that Knight of Pentacles reversed, it may be saying too that if there are certain things that have to follow up in the process, you need to be a little quicker about them. So for example, you have what you feel is a pretty good job interview. Don't hesitate to get that thank you out to them, thanking them for the interview. Don't do anything that maybe slows down the momentum that you are trying to achieve. So if you do anything that sort of has a sense of momentum on it, make sure there's a way to follow up on that, to not negate it by maybe missing your messages or not saying, a particular thing that you thought you were going to say and then you forgot and you don't want to go back and try to pin it in there. You got to just maximize your speed and energy, because that's what the Ace of Swords is really kind of a thrusting movement there. So don't negate it by forgetting to do certain other things that you might need to do.
Now, that being said, there is some struggle here.
Yeah.
I see that you are struggling. The mice is here, and the good news about the mice is usually it's temporary circumstances. So hopefully, this period of being stuck will not last too long. But you're going to have to try to find a way to evolve yourself beyond the struggles. This is a card of evolution, a card of growth in a way, a card of trying to aspire to something. And I feel the mice are blocking. There's struggles right now. If you're not having some little health issues burbling up that are getting in the way of you, looking for work, that's a possibility. But I do feel in time, also the lilies can be about, time. Long-term struggles could be indicated here. I worry about that. But I feel here, because it's the mice again, that it's not going to be that long. And really, it's just going to be trying to make yourself stand out. And maybe also looking for jobs where you can stand out, but you also feel that maybe a lot of people aren't applying for. Excuse me. Where you have a little bit less competition, a little bit less struggle to try to get into that position.
When I see the mice and the lily, sometimes
What do you think? Go ahead.
I'm thinking that this is just suggesting these may be more little things in your life that you could be giving more power to and letting them magnify to the point of stopping your movement or evolution with that. So if you have small little things that are bothering you, you don't feel you have something good to wear to an interview, or you don't feel you should bring up a certain thing from your resume, try to banish those worries or thoughts, because they probably are negating, just like I said, this could be negating, your efforts to evolve yourself. So in other words, try to figure out how to downplay the things that don't sell yourself and try to magnify the things that do sell yourself.
The Queen of Wands moves confidently.
Yes.
She's got a lot, and that's what you need to do. Move confidently with a lot of charisma, regardless of the setbacks you face. Hey, another one of our followers is going through a very difficult time finding jobs, has tried everything. Just don't let, the rejections that you are receiving stop that confident, charismatic outlook that you need to attract the right job to you. And I wish you luck with that, Andy. Good luck.
Keep in touch.
Right.
Well, I see you every day on Facebook, actually.
And we are on Kimberly, if you are still here.
Kimberly has asked, how will their travels go?
Oh, they're traveling. Awesome.
Awesome.
Don't think we get a travel question very much. So that will be fun to do. Hi, Kimberly.
Hi.
Glad you made it or stayed with us.
Love you too,
Hey,
Mandy.
love you
Thank
too, Melinda. Wish you the best.
Awesome. And I'll take the Lenormand.
Oh, I forgot about Fire Spawn too.
Yes.
Fire Spawn, if you're still with us, we will do your question.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness.
And I'll take the Lenormand.
I will give them to you. Now you got me angry, but I don't want you reaching over me, so here. There you go. Whoa. It's funny. Well, it is reversed, and it's not necessarily bad either way, but there might be a little something here. First card is the Four of Pentacles reversed, but look at that. She's sitting on a suitcase, isn't she? So I just thought that was funny as far as a travel reading goes.
Yeah.
So, but then we have this King of Wands reversed. And then we have Temperance upright. Interesting. What do you have? Ooh.
Clover, which is luck. And the brooms, which is like the whip.
Well,
All right.
I'm not going to say you're not going to have a good time, but I think there might be some little stressful components to it. You know, like for example here, it's interesting you got the broom, and I see this Four of Pentacles reversed too. I almost feel as though you might have to sweep aside some part of your journeys, your travels. In other words, maybe there'll be some changes to your itinerary a little bit, or what you were hoping to accomplish in your travels. Some of your goals may have to be modified or changed a little bit, but it's not necessarily a bad thing. The clover's here, which indicates that there could be some good luck. I'm kind of bouncing around here.
Sure, I get
Sorry. I'm going to stop there, but I really kind of covered that. This
Okay.
I'm going to cover in a minute.
Well, when I look at the Four of Pentacles reversed, is that the Four of Pentacles?
Yes.
To me, I guess I get the feeling like maybe, you know, there may be not necessarily harsh, but some unexpected outlay of money. Like maybe something changes and you have to take a different route or use a different conveyance that maybe, you know, cost you a little more money. But I don't think it's going to be a big problem because I sort of see the play of the brooms and the clover working into that. The idea that you may have to make some swift changes or moves, but it's mostly going to be lucky in terms of how it works out. So that even if you spend a little extra money, you might be getting some advantage out of that. That something actually does work out better.
Right. You know, it might upset you a bit. You know, the King of Wands here, I will say that initially you might feel disappointed or rather upset, or you might be dealing with somebody. I don't know if you're traveling alone or you're traveling with others, but the thing is that, you know, you might get a little bit upset over things, but no worries because Temperance is here. I really feel that ultimately everything is going to balance out. Everything is going to go smoothly. And clearly, because the clover is here, it's almost as if whatever happens is meant to happen, you know, and for a good reason, not, you know, you may be a little, you may get the sense that it's a little annoying or disruptive, but I think it's all going to balance out in the end.
Ooh, yeah, I hear you. But I do feel that there's something about that in a way, and I'm wondering if the King of Wands reversed maybe suggests that there is a change that is happening, that maybe, although things are marked out, something is going to change a little bit, and that maybe, you know, where this comes into play, where maybe you have to make some concessions or some changes there. The King of Wands reversed, I'm feeling like maybe this could indicate that something changes and you don't exactly have the control. They plug you into a different flight or something happens along that nature of something you cannot necessarily control, but it leads towards the Temperance, which is the idea that once you put it all together, it does stabilize. So maybe it's like the room you thought you were going to get that had a certain advantage, you have to change that room, but it works out better for X reasons. It could even be too that maybe some things could amount to a financial betterment for you. Just because I'm seeing that Four of Pentacles there doesn't mean that you are spending money. It could also mean that you're saving money.
Yeah, I mean, it could, yeah, I agree. Yeah, I didn't look at the money factor with that card, but it's there. So it's interesting, though. I think it's going to work out okay ultimately. So I hope you enjoy your holiday. I hope you do have a good time. Sometimes changes happen because they need to. And you know, with the clover here, it might make things, it might actually improve things for you in the, you know, when all is said and done.
Another thought that occurs to me, Kimberly, is that I don't know if you're single or not, or I don't remember, but the King of Wands reverse could indicate somebody who maybe thinks they're charming and wants to make your acquaintance, but maybe they're not really that charming to you, or maybe, it's sort of not going to go anywhere just because maybe they're a little bit brash in a way. They're kind of like a person who thinks they're conceited, I guess, or they are conceited in a way. So, but I don't know if that's really going to happen. I'm just saying there's a likelihood that something like that.
That's what we have for you.
Alrighty.
Shut him up now. Fire Spawn, you are up.
They're curious about how does the Pisces currently feel about them.
Okay. And it's your deck.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Well then, I guess I will break out the Final Rose Tarot, which is based... Yeah, you have to let us know how it works out for you then, Kimberly.
I have an interesting idea.
How does the Pisces feel about them?
For the future.
You're very welcome. Have a good day.
I may have a way to fit Sunny in up here. You may not like it, though.
You talking about next time?
Yeah. It's way out of the box, and it may mean, I don't know, some major changes.
Oh, when I tell you what I was going to try to do yesterday, darn it.
Some major changes up here. You are welcome, Kimberly. Wish you the best. Hey, you have to tell us, yes, absolutely, how it will turn out.
Who's brash, conceited guy?
All right.
Nobody. All right, so how does the Pisces currently feel? I know, I'm getting hungry too.
Well, we're almost done.
The Seven of Wands, and it says drama underneath.
And it's upright. Okay.
The upright Four of Pentacles, and it says possessive. And then the reversed Queen of Pentacles, and it says the single mom. Ship and Stork. I'll let you start.
Yikes. Well, how does the Pisces currently feel about you? On one hand, I feel...
Is this a fatal attraction?
I don't know about that. But I would say, well, I don't know. But the King of Rings is Pentacles, right? No.
It's the Queen of Rings.
Oh, yeah, that's Pentacles, because they're both rings. Yeah. That's right. Okay, so it's the Queen of Pentacles reversed. I almost feel that they wonder if you are not... If you are not giving enough, if they feel that you are not giving enough in this relationship, they want more. This is a card of possessiveness, yes, but it's also a card of wanting more. Sometimes in the tarot, I could consider the Four of Pentacles the card of a hoarder, if we're talking about material possessions. But when we're talking about in a relationship, they want more from you than maybe they feel they're getting. Maybe they don't feel they're getting enough attention or tender, loving care. Or if you haven't been communicating, why aren't you reaching out to them? They feel they want you to be doing more of this. I went there before I went to this card.
Well, that's okay, because we're talking about the Pisces feelings for fire spawn, and so I'm wondering if they think you're the one who's too possessive and maybe full of drama, that maybe you're the one who's sort of standing up for you, but in a way also trying to possess you, sort of that...
Go ahead.
Well, this is about their feelings
No,
for
it is.
players.
And didn't I say their feelings were that they weren't getting enough from you and that the feeling was that they wanted more? I just wanted to make that clear.
they're looking at Firespawn and saying they're possessive, because that's how I'm reading the question. How does the Pisces currently feel
The
about
Pisces currently feels about you that they aren't getting enough attention from you and they want more. That's a feeling.
it? Okay, well,
I just wanted to make that
I started
clear.
in the order that the cards
I
came
understand
out, so
that.
that's why I'm seeing it that way.
Oh, I understand that. Your feelings are perfectly valid, but I thought you didn't think I touched on the feelings here.
I didn't
thought
get to
did.
that one yet, even.
I understand. It's not about your reading, it's about mine.
Okay, well,
So.
keep going then.
Sorry, we're getting a little testy at the end here. But I will say about this is that they also feel maybe that they feel some pressure in some way. You know, they feel like they're being pressured. I don't know if it's necessarily by you or maybe other things in their life, which is maybe they would appreciate more attention and care.
Well, okay, I can see you saying that. Angel, are you still here? You're not supposed to be here.
He's kidding, Angel. He's kidding.
That's true. Thank you, Firespawn. It could go back a little bit both ways, so thank you for pointing that out. That's true. So when I look at the Queen of Pentacles, maybe they're also saying too that they don't feel you take care of yourself as well as you should, perhaps. That they feel that to some degree, maybe that's because they want to be the one taking care of you, that they feel like you're not taking care of yourself enough in a way.
Yeah, I don't see that, but that's just the way I'm interpreting these cards. It's perfectly valid what he's saying. It's like you said, hey, you get two of us, and sometimes we have different ways of looking at what's presented here. And when I think about it, the story...
There's the right way, and then there's her way.
Right. So, at any rate... Well, I should let you go ahead first with the stork and ship, since you seem to have a better handle on this.
Well, it probably indicates that maybe somebody really thinks if this is not going to work out the way they thought, maybe they're going to be moving on, or maybe they feel that about you, that if this doesn't really open up into the new thing that they wanted, or something new plateau that you're reaching for, that maybe they're looking at their options of seeing what else is out there.
Yeah, I'm really wondering here if they're really attached. I know that he said about the possessiveness, they want to possess you, and that could be possible, but maybe if they feel they can't, okay, that they're going to move on to something else. The stork here could potentially be a reset, a restart, that they're maybe moving to a restart with you. But, they could also be looking at something else. This is a very ambiguous reading, I have to say. And my personal stand is still because I feel that they're not getting enough attention they feel from you, or maybe that the attention they got just didn't feel right to them,
Well, then what do you think about this one? Because this one looks like somebody who's giving a lot of attention to something.
Well, it's the Seven of Wands, right? The Seven of Wands upright has all these wands below them vying for their attention, and they feel pressured. Maybe they feel pressured by other circumstances in their lives right now, which is why they feel they need somebody who can give them more attention. I guess that's maybe where
I don't think these waters could get any muddier.
We may have to look at this again, I have to say, Firespawn. But for now, I'm sensing there is a real need to maybe try, if you're, if you are interested and you are communicating with them, that you need to try to, let them know how much you care.
Reaching out is always a good idea.
Reach out and touch.
Sure.
Absolutely. And, see if you can't. If
you win.
I reach out and see if you can't restart this thing before they move on. If this is really interesting to you, and if not, if you feel you've done everything on your part that you could, but they're just maybe being a bit too demanding of your time and energy, then hey, take a hike.
By the
Move
way,
on
Fire
yourself.
Spawn, I'm Sun sign Scorpio with several planets in Scorpio, so I get what you're saying about the possessive thing.
Yes, and about
You're
always
welcome.
being right. Oh,
I didn't say that.
you did to me
I
though
don't.
about the right way.
No, I said that Fire Spawn said you were right.
Oh, no, you said earlier though there's my way or the right way. Are you forgetting that?
No, I said there's the right way and your way. That's what I actually said.
Okay. Well, that's what we have for you today. You might want to check with us again.
Fire
but-
Spawn is done with us, I think. I mean, until the next time.
Take care, Fires.
Thank you very much.
Hey, good luck with that. Oh my God, you're bringing my eyes to water now. Oh my God.
All right.
Okay,
so,
Violet Lotus, after all
are
of
you
that.
feeling lucky, Violet Lotus? You feeling lucky?
Kara's got as many monsters as she could fit on a line there. Oh, dear. Dear. Okay. Well, see, and that's what happens when we go into overtime.
Yes. So it's
All
not
right.
just me.
No. Okay. Whew. What you got for us, Violet?
What do my ancestors want to tell me in regard to the situation with Mother's health situation
Okay.
and my own grieving and healing process?
Let's see what we get. So the ancestors, that can be my reading. All right.
And just a reminder, as we wind down the show, we will be back Thursday night, 7 to 9 p.m. for another 2 hours plus of this kind of craziness. Also, as a reminder, we will be doing our new monthly modality message next Saturday as the sun moves into Libra. We celebrate Libra season, Libra birthdays. We know there's at least one special Libra in our chat room usually, and it's all good. So come and see that. Time to be specified. Probably it'll be late afternoon.
Well, you know, Mr. O, if we did one less card or so, there would be less for us to disagree on.
Some people might like that.
And
But-
some people might miss the arguments, like they miss Sunny.
Okay, you revise that a little bit. And I'll leave the Lenormand.
Oh, did I forget you again?
Always.
Yeah, I know, Angel Rivera. When we go up here, there's just no room for him. But the cards look clear. There are some advantages. I have a possible solution, but it would definitely require some work from us, and I'm not sure we'll be up for this challenge.
She looks at me. He won't do it.
It's a thought. Okay. Well, what do your ancestors want to tell you? It's the Page of Swords. They want to tell you something, all right? It's the Page of Swords upright. You know what? Be graceful.
Be diplomatic and tactful.
Be tactful. Handle this with grace. And, yes, maybe things have been very, difficult for you, because you can't communicate with your family, etc. And, your mom at this time. But that doesn't mean, you have to, in anything you do, be kind and be smart in the decisions that you make. Make sure that the decisions that you are making, your ancestors are saying, are in the best interests, your best interest for healing and support.
But here's the thing, though. When I think of the Page of Swords, of course, I think of grace and dexterity. And I think of, like, the movement of a ballerina. And a ballerina looks like a gentle little thing who's just really dancing around. But she is in charge of all of her movements. And so that's what the takeaway is here, too, is you can be this kindness, this diplomatic and tactful person, but be in charge of yourself. Don't give up any of your own agency just because the situation may try to pull you towards that. Be yourself. Be in control of yourself.
And also, don't let your emotions rule over your head. By all means, look at the situation logically and more analytically and try to keep your emotions as best as you can out of it. I also think here that this might be saying, Violet, that your ancestors, with the page being here, this card of communication, that your ancestors are telling you they are definitely here for you to communicate with in times when you are struggling with this.
Okay.
Okay, so why is this important? And it's the Nine of Pentacles here. And that's really interesting. The Nine of Pentacles is upright because they recognize that you feel, you feel more safe and secure, of course, dealing with this on your own. You don't want to go mix with family again that has caused so much trauma, excuse me, in your life. That your power and your security and your comfort is in dealing with this on your own.
This is exactly true. Bingo, bingo.
Thank you.
This says really that you don't have anything to give up by dealing with the situation. You can stay in your comfort zone, the Nine of Pentacles, and you can work from that point of view, or not at all if you decide not to. But you should retain your agency, and it's important because you should make sure you yourself are always comfortable and secure in this situation.
So where is this headed? Well, it's interesting. It's the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is reversed. I could look at this a couple of different ways too here. But one would be obviously a cautionary tale. Once again, what did I say in the beginning here is to be sure, that you're making decisions that are in your best interests and not, being guided by emotions. And, that could make you appear cold to some. There may be some, for example, in your family, etc., maybe even in your ancestral line, that do not understand why you are standoffish, why you are pulling back and not getting involved with family at this time. But, some of these things, because of what has happened to you, you've had to harden yourself. You've had to do what is right for you. And it's hard on you emotionally. I think your ancestors recognize that. And they're trying to tell you this is not meant to be easy for you, You've made a decision that you've had to make for your own well-being. And now you have to deal, with the consequences of that decision. And it may bring you down a little bit in some ways emotionally, but it's what you've had to do.
All this really says in my mind is that you make the decision that you have to make for yourself, whether anyone likes it or not. And so I sort of refer back to here saying, don't give up your own agency or power in the situation. They don't have to know every exact reason why you have decided to do things the way you do. And whether they perceive that as harsh or unjust, that's just what they will have to deal with. It's really important for you to retain your own power and to realize you can make the decisions you want to, and they don't have to like them. They're the right decisions for you, though, Violet.
And you know what? I don't like to say this in this situation, but let me just put it this way. You can apply it to your mother. Obviously, she's made her bed. She has to live in it. And I think you've used those words before. You heard them from a spirit guide. But you, too, have made your bed, and you have to live with it. You know this is going to cause you some sorrow and pain, the situation. You're going to have to work through it. And, but it is best for you what you've done. It has been working well for you. You have a life for yourself that you feel comfortable in and secure, and that's the important thing.
So then we get to the Lenormand.
I know.
And there's the snake. It's not you, though. I don't think it is.
I don't think it is.
And there's the garden. Well, you know, there always is the story, don't laugh, Angel, if you're still there, about the snake in the garden.
Oh.
But I don't think it means that. I think what it means is saying that they may try to bring this into a more public view of things, you know, like airing this in the front of the whole family or all of the friendships there, and suggest, of course, that, you know, you're deciding to do the things because you're the interloper, or you're the person who's being deceitful. That could be what this means. It could mean something else entirely, but that's the symbolic value I get of that. And it's really saying that's them talking. Whatever that is, that's them talking. It isn't necessarily the reality, because the reality is you're just doing what you need to do for yourself.
Well, Mr. O nailed that, because, you know, I sensed it was a betrayal in the in the family circle here, the garden. I feel as though they're feeling a sense of betrayal that you are not there for your mom or the rest of the family during this time. But conversely, when were they there for you? You know, I mean, I don't want to look at a situation like this as a tit for tat, because, you know, there's deep things going on here. And, you know, you're not taking this lightly. And, but neither are they. Their feelings may be valid because of for them, let me put it that way, for them, where they are coming from. And they can't see, they aren't living your life. They aren't looking at things from your perspective. And so, yeah, they're going to feel a sense of betrayal here. But, you know, you're doing, I feel, what you have to do.
And just remember, there's two gardens. There's their garden and there's
Yes,
your garden. And your
yes.
garden is the nicer one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, wow. I think this reading fit kind of like a glove here, too. And there have been some real interesting readings today, I gotta say. So for those of you like Angel Rivera who are unable to get a reading today, hope you enjoyed watching. And, hopefully we'll be able to read for you next time. And just want to thank everybody for coming today, putting up with our silliness at the end here. And hopefully we will see you soon. Come early Thursday so you can get in on the readings. Take care, everybody. Have a great week ahead. And we'll see you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.